However far away my sister goes, however long she's gone for, she always manages to become the topic of any given conversation.
I didn't know Miss Lister was back.
Oh, very much so, ma'am.
Well, well, well.
Do you never, ever worry about what things look like? Is it wise to collect the rents?
Why shouldn't I?
Because it's a man's job.
You think because I'm a woman I'll be persuaded to take less? Would you ask a man to take a lesser price? No.
I thought that you might be more reasonable.
Oh, you mean softer? Well, now you know me better.
People talk. It isn't always very nice.
Miss Lister is rather eccentric. She isn't always as feminine as some people would like her to be.
Miss Lister.
Miss Walker, all she needs to do now is realize what she feels for me is love.
I want you to be happy above all things.
There's a number of people interested in my land. What do you know about coal?
Oh, you've a lot of it.
You don't want to get involved in all that. It's a nasty business.
I am not someone who'll be intimidated.
Will you, in future, think about others whilst you live in here?
Certainly. Thank you.
Miss Lister is one of the most interesting people I've ever met.
It appears you have my niece quite under your spell.
I rather think she has me under hers.
Have you done this before?
Of course not. I was born like this. Why should I compromise myself?
I intend to live with someone I love, with someone who loves me.
She wants to start running with the big dogs. She's going to find out what it's like when they start biting.
When the time comes, us landlords must give as good as we get.
Lister.
Miss Walker.
Miss Lister is back.
You do know what people say about her, don't you?
She likes the ladies.
Are you a man?
Well, that's a question.
The Rawsons want your call.
Miss Lister.
You think because I'm a woman I'll be persuaded to take less? No. All she needs to do now is realize that the nature of what she feels for me is love.
Don't let her run rings round you over a price, because she will.
You're playing with fire.
I'll not be bullied on my own land, above ground or under it.
I thought that you might be more reasonable to deal with.
More reasonable? Oh, you mean softer? Well, now you know me better.
Hang on. What's she accusing me of?
You're drunk, Souden. Take him home.
Leave him alone.
Nature played a trick on me, putting a bold spirit like mine in this vessel. If we want to be happy, we have to risk getting hurt.
You're playing with fire.
You're so selfish. One day I shall have the sun, and he will have a greater claim to Shibden than you.
Yes, certainly. Thank you.
It appears you have my niece quite under your spell, Miss Liston.
I rather think she has me under hers. I've had a tenant disappeared.
How's things at home? Any sign of him?
The Rawsons, they've been stealing my coal.
I told you, it's a nasty business.
I've had a letter from Mr. Ainsworth. Do you think I should marry him?
If you take him, you'd have to give me up.
If I did, it would be out of duty.
Do you really think that I'm someone to have my future happiness decided by fate?
You're going to have to make a decision.
The Reverend Thomas Ainsworth is at the door.
You don't think he intends to propose to you?
Perhaps you shouldn't say anything to Mr. Ainsworth.
Miss Lister, I think you should understand.
What you need to understand is you will be exposed as an adulterer.
He wants to start running with the big dogs. Then she's going to have to find out what it's like when they really start biting each other.
You're in the worst kind of danger in this world and the next. I would rather die than people know what we do.
It's wrong, it's repugnant.
You understand nothing about me.
Fell off a wall?
It was dark.
Those aren't the sort of injuries anyone gets from falling off a wall.
Mr. Rawson found out that Hinscliffe was his rival for your coal. He no longer seems to fear that you'll sink your own pit.
I'd become rather more fond of Miss Walker, and I could make her so happy.
Moving here, it's a big step for her.
There seems to be anxiety about Anne's health.
She isn't in her right mind.
Very strange things have been happening.
And no one believes me. No! No!
I had the promise of a substantial investment, which I no longer have. And without it, I'd have to risk everything, my entire income.
Anne, is it true that you have given Mr. Ross and the deeds to Ship?
Part of me just wants to run off, forget about it.
That's not like you.
You might be surprised. If Mariana and I ever did get together, finally the world might make sense.
I still love you more than your Miss Walker. Don't leave me. Anne, what have you done?
Where are the deeds to Shibden?
I needed to borrow some money.
You're an idiot.
I took a gamble. If I could just sink this
But
pit.
if you can't, you'll lose Shibden. We'll all lose Shibden.
You're on the run from a broken heart. Perhaps time you got over it.